What is this? That am I? I am on my Vanilla 3 server? I don't know if it seems like it to you, but to me, it feels like I have been away from this server for quite a long time, and this is going to be me talking while I continue to build something up ahead. So some minor spoilers. I won't give away the plot, but definitely spoilers to seeing one of the puzzles, at least how the puzzle will look, but I don't think I'll tell you what the puzzle is in this episode. So I think it should be fairly innocuous to watch, actually. I just realized I need to get something. I'm going to do a lot of talking about video games of all different platforms, give a little bit of insight as to where I've been. Why do I not have any redstone? Oh, wait, is it in this room up ahead? And yeah, so let's start with where I've been. I haven't really been on in about 2 weeks, I believe. Again, I don't know if you've noticed it or not because, well, I've been putting out constant videos, at least one a day, on other subjects, but as far as this map goes, I have not. And so basically, I was mostly off work for about 2 weeks, and in that time I had to deal with some stuff at home, some family stuff, and then when I came back to work, things were a complete messy nightmare. Not even joking. It was some really ridiculous stuff. Not that anyone necessarily... not that one person dropped the ball, just a lot of stuff got out of control, and certain checkpoints were not adhered to before certain things were done. And so I've just spent the last 2 weeks cleaning up after that, and then this week coming up is also going to be super rough. So work has been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you. And while work was a nightmare, I also had injured my right foot and have been on numerous different steroids and pain medication trying to find one that actually helps. So that's been a bit of a challenge for me as well. And basically, I just have not been in the right mood to actually, to play on this server. There was one thing that I did do in the world of Minecraft as much as I could, and that is the... Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. So basically, I wasn't in this map as much as I should have been, could have been, or wanted to be, but it really couldn't be helped. It was just something I had to deal with. And it's mostly under control now, meaning the work stuff. My foot is still sore, but I'm not on as many pain medications. I was literally on, probably, for anyone who has to take pain medication on a regular basis, I'm probably a very lightweight in terms of what sets me over. And it's interesting because I'm a pretty big guy, so you would think like it would take a lot of pain medicine to take me down, but it doesn't. I don't take a lot of medicine in general. I just prefer to tough it out most times, but this I could not tough it out. So basically, I was on pain medicine. Anyway, that's pretty much behind me. And I want to talk about some of the stuff that I'm doing in Minecraft and some of the stuff that I've been doing outside of Minecraft, really. And I'm also trying to decide if I'm going to do a really good job of taking these I'm building something in redstone, obviously, and trying to decide if I'm going to do a good job of taking these colored blocks, which are purposefully here, and if I'm going to extend them along the wires so I can troubleshoot and trace what it is I'm doing, or if I'm just going to leave them somewhat vague to the view. Also, I'm going to grab a couple couple more torches. So I'm going to be kind of like running back and forth as I'm trying to do this and also talk at the same time. So the background of what's happening on the screen is really there just for the purposes of proceeding. I'm probably not going to be describing too much what I'm doing. And apparently I don't have torches, so it's interesting. Okay, so let's talk about Minecraft for the month of June. You're going to be seeing 2 series on my channel. They've already started, in fact. I'm super proud of them. Well, one of them. And that is the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge by Michael Deering. What is all this? That must have found some ore back here. The Minecraft Hardcore Challenge. I'll tell you, for June, basically, okay, I do need this to go this way. For June, the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge is Little House on the Prairie. It is a TV show. It's based on a book by Laura Ingalls Wilder, which spawned a TV show, which I don't know how he came up with the idea. Michael Deering, by the way, is a guy who does monthly Minecraft challenges, and he puts out an announcement video, and then he basically a whole bunch of people do the challenge. It's typically a survival. I don't think he's ever done a non-survival. And it's typically got very strict rules. Like this month's challenge includes the rule that you cannot punch, you cannot be violent. So there's no punching mobs of any kind. Other players, no killing. You can't even make traps or lure mobs into traps. And even if you do, like let's say that zombie burns up in the sun, you can't eat his flesh. You cannot eat rotten flesh. It's a vegetarian challenge. So there's this particular month is. Last month was not. There's no eating meat. There's no eating mushrooms. So everything you do has to be farmed very, very carefully in your world. Why is this not right? I've done something wrong, apparently. We'll figure it out in a minute. I am using a prototype of this that I built, and then I showed it to my redstone team, and they could not come up with any better ways to improve it, so I'm pretty proud of this build, of this puzzle, this device. It's both a puzzle and a device. I built it in creative mode in an open world. So now, as you can imagine, building it here inside of my survival world is a little bit tricky. The main difference is there it was open to the sky, and here I'm going to have to tunnel in my redstone, and so I won't be able to fly around it and troubleshoot it as much as I expected I would be able to. But the weird thing is, this is different height. So in my world, there's this, and then there's this, and then it goes up one. Okay. I think I see the difference. I don't know if that will be a problem or not. It might actually be a problem. We're going to do this. We're going to put this here. And then this is going to be here. It's going to make it a little bit tight to walk around, but I think the more compact, the better from a redstone perspective in general. That's an obvious thing. Okay, so I was talking about the Michael Deering's challenge, and let's see. In my version, there is a white block here, so we're going to make it just the same. There's one white block, and then a second white block, and then this is a repeater. Okay. And then this goes this way to here. All right, now I should hit bedrock or obsidian. That's good. Yeah, I definitely need more light sources up here. So let me go get some more light sources. Man, I am so far off of what I wanted to say. This may be a long episode because it may take me a lot longer to get out what I want to say than I thought it would. Big surprise. Michael Deering, MHC. So I recorded this month's MHC twice. Once by myself. It's not the best recording ever. I feel like I was a little bit foggy and a little bit out of it because of the pain meds and a little bit goofy, but I think it turned out good. And then I recorded it, well, before that, the first time, that was the second time, I also recorded it with 8-Bit Dame in multiplayer, which was so much fun. It was so awesome to do a multiplayer hardcore challenge and have us both try to like support each other but also make progress, and we laughed a lot. I hope you guys really liked that video. She's a cool person, cool friend of mine. And so that is up, or that the by the time this goes up on my channel, I think one or two episodes will have already been out. You can see some of my panic. I always start those off in a panic mode because you only get a month. You get 9 Minecraft days and nights to accomplish all your goals. And it's really not a lot of time. In this case of Little House on the Prairie, you basically just had to survive and live a wholesome life. You didn't have the challenge of getting points. Oh, there was one more really cool rule, and that's there are villages in the map, and you can interact with the villagers, but you can't take any blocks from their village without paying them a gold ingot. So you basically would have to, well, let's put a fourth one in there. Pay them 1 gold ingot to take a single carrot from their garden or a potato. So, you know, you might be thinking, well, heck, that's a pretty easy challenge. All I have to do is go find a village and take their grains. Nope. You can't do it. You can't do it. You gotta give them something in exchange. Why do I have light gray? Oh, I remember. Okay. I won't need the gravel. So MHC is airing on the channel. I'll let you watch that. I won't talk anymore about it, although I had a whole lot of fun and it was a whole lot of interesting adventures. There's some definite points in there where, well, I won't tell you if we live till the last day or not. How about that? But there are definitely some close calls in day 1, which is already out there, so that you'll be able to see at the time of this video. It's very important that I light this up, not just because redstone causes lag. This won't cause a lot of lag, actually, but because mobs. We definitely do not want mobs in and around this contraption in the walls. All right, so this is going to be 1 more redstone. All right, so let's talk about Minecraft 60-minute maps, because that's the other thing that I was really interested in doing this month, in my month of extreme map making. And Minecraft 60-minute maps is basically exactly what it sounds like. Building a map in 60 minutes or less based on random themes from the audience. Ooh, shucks, I'm going to have to redo this because I did change the scale on this. Let's see. I ultimately need that to be redstone. Coming up from there. Okay, this should work. Just goes around, and that should still work fine. Okay, good. 60-minute maps. Where was I? Yes. I will still be doing 60-minute map LPs of other people's 60-minute maps. As I see people come out with them, I will play them, and when I get 2 or more in the queue, then I will package them as a versus episode, and we'll have some fun looking at what other people have done from a 60-minute map perspective. I probably won't be doing any 60-minute map live streams. And just the act of me saying this might actually turn around and then cause me to have free time to play it. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for. But I'm going to say, from a commitment perspective, I cannot commit to playing any more or building any more 60-minute maps until I make quite a bit more progress on this particular build here in my vanilla challenge world, because I feel like I'm way behind. Like, I felt like I was almost done with this thing that I'm making, and now I feel like I'm way behind because I just haven't gotten back to it. So 60-minute streams, plus being summer, there's a lot of stuff that we're doing with the kids, and I just have limited time. Like Saturday during the day, I mean, that's when we pretty much go to the swimming pool, stuff like that. So I pretty much can't guarantee that I will be doing any more 60-minute maps for a while. I'll still try to do some because I do find it very much enjoyable, but it may be a while before I actually do some more. But I will be, as I just said, I will be playing other people's maps as much and as often as I can. So it's not a total loss. Not a total loss. I think that's pretty much all that I will say for now about 60-minute maps. Let's talk about non-Minecraft games. So, my job requires me to travel for work. I go to different clients, and that means I go all around the country. And that usually means that I sleep in hotels, and so I don't have, when I'm on the road for work, I don't have, like, family and stuff to distract me in the evenings, and so I end up having quite a bit more time for things like games. Now, traditionally, I have not played on my laptop, mostly because Minecraft was such a memory hog. However, in the current world, I am seeing that I probably could actually fraps Minecraft from the laptop in a lower resolution, and it would work pretty good as long as there's not too much redstone laggery clocks and things going on. But nonetheless, I most likely will not do that because it's I do well. Actually, I'm going to talk about something. I'm going to contradict what I just said. Actually, I'm going to talk about something in a second that I am doing on while I'm away at work in Minecraft, and that is playing someone's map and helping them test it out. But basically, for the most part, you should assume that I'm not able to play Minecraft during the week. So I really can only play sometimes on Thursday nights. Usually on Thursday nights, if I get home early enough from my flight and I actually don't have too much work to catch up on that I didn't finish on the plane, and that if I don't, or if I'm not too tired, if I'm in the right mood. So basically Monday to Thursday I don't play very much Minecraft, but I have been playing a new game on my iPhone that I really want to tell you guys about. It's super, super fun, but it's so incredibly simple. It's called Capitals, like capital letters, Capitals. And basically, it's actually a play on words because there's also capitals. So it's 2 players. It's a word game, kind of like a Scrabble game. Each player gets a capital, and then the board is kind of surrounded by random letters. And as as you can make words out of the random letters, your territory expands. And when your territory expands to cover the whole board, you win. And if you capture the other person's capital building, then you get an extra turn. And so basically they're pretty quick, usually pretty quick games, although they can go really long if you get some interesting words or like a really good opponent. But basically you're trying to make words out of random letters, and it is just so much fun. Sean V. Martin had texted me to try the game, and I did, and it's awesome. We're having a lot of fun fighting each other and people we know. So I've been playing that quite a bit. The second game that I want to talk about that I was playing quite a bit, although I've actually just completed, is called Picross, and it's a Nintendo game, and it's actually a game that was on the Game Boy. Now, I believe the one I'm playing is the first version of Picross that existed, but I could be wrong about that. Actually, there might have been an earlier version. I'm not sure. But Picross it's a nonogram game, which is basically... hang on, I gotta check. I think I just finished all the redstone for this, but I need to go and check it. Oh, I keep missing that. Okay, that looks correct. Okay, that looks correct. And that sounds correct. Excellent. Wow. That was so much easier than when I did it. Okay, there's still something else I have to do, but... okay, so now I have to do the same thing on the other side. So Picross, I beat every single level of Picross. It's a lot of fun. It's basically a game where you are given, let's just say, a 15 by 15 grid, and then each column and row you're given a series of numbers, and those numbers indicate how many blocks in the row are black and how many are white. And so, like, if the number would be like, let's just say it was a 5 by 5 puzzle. So if the number on the side was 1, 3, so that would mean that there's a black and then a space, a white space, and then 3 black. So that adds up to 5 total. And if it was 2 and 2, then it would be 2 blacks, a white, and 2 blacks, kind of like that. And where it gets tricky is, like, if the number was a 1, 1, and it was a 5. I don't know if this will make sense to you unless you've played Picross. If the number is, if it's a 5 across and you're given the numbers 1 and 1, that means that there's a black space and then a white space and then a black space somewhere within the 5 by 5 grid, or within that row, in that 5 row. And so basically it's based on a sort of an ancient puzzle type called a nonogram. And a nonogram, I think it's probably Japanese, or I think so, I'm not sure. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just a really fun puzzle. So I solved all the Picross puzzles, and I've downloaded a couple apps, a couple other apps that have Picross games in them, Picross-like games. I downloaded an actual nonogram game. I didn't like it as much. It's actually too much, I don't want to say difficulty, but the controls were not as nice as I wanted them to be. I got to put these blocks in the right order because I want to make sure that I get the puzzle correct in the back end. We'll do this. Okay, and that's as far back as it needs to go. Pink, orange, okay. The colors that I'm showing you here are not a spoiler to the puzzle itself. This is just me. This is just my sort of 4, 5, 6. This is, I guess, my numbering, my marking scheme, if you will. Okay, we're going to need to make this wider so I can get in there. All right, so I played and beat Picross on the DS. Also on the DS, 3DS, I've been playing a modern game. So Picross was a virtual download from an old Game Boy game. And I've also been playing Pokemon Rumble and Pokemon Shuffle. Pokemon Rumble Blast is a lot of fun, but kind of taking a break from it. Played it quite a bit. I'm in a bit of a lull right now, but I'll get back to it. And then Pokemon Shuffle is a match 3 game, which is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, but it's also very simple. Nothing like... basically, you match 3, and then you have a team of characters that, as you match, that gives them power or builds up their power, and then they attack. They attack your enemy's team, if you will. And then while they're attacking the enemy's team, you only have X number of turns to complete various puzzles, etc. It's pretty cool. I got stuck on a particular level, which is called Mega Gengar, for weeks and weeks, and I just could not do anything to get past him. My team was just not generating enough damage, and I was getting really frustrated. And then finally, like, pretty much the only way that I was actually able to beat him was to save up enough coins, which you get like from doing daily stuff, was to save up enough coins until I could finally legitimately beat him, which is pretty frustrating if you ask me. Hold on one second. I'm looking at my reference image here. Okay. Because I like to be able to, like, I was breezing through the levels and then I hit a brick wall for weeks. Like, I would get through several levels a day. The only limiting factor was that you do run out of energy, and then you have to either buy additional energy or wait till you recharge. So this is like a typical pay-as-you-go game. Or it's free to play, but you got to pay if you want to really accelerate your gameplay. And I don't like to do that. There's no reason to pay in these games if they're balanced correctly. That said, if I am having a lot of fun, I almost always do pay for the game. Like in Capitals, for instance, I have paid for some customization options and extra lives, because I do think it is definitely worth it. So, Pokemon Shuffle is fantastic. Simple. I enjoy it because you got to catch the Pokemon, but it's also super frustrating for a very specific set of reasons, and that would be that not only do you have to beat the opponent's Pokemon by doing the match 3, but after the match 3 ends, you still have to try and catch the Pokemon, and it's usually a pretty minuscule percent chance. Like, I would say most of the ones I've gone up against, without me adding any, without me buffing the catchability, it is like a, this is interesting. It's like a 10% chance of catching it. So you could spend a lot of time and effort trying to catch the Pokemon just to fail, and then still have to go and beat the round again. So if you spent coins in order to beat the round, you could have possibly wasted your coins and not be able to do it, which is really frustrating. in general. All right, so let me just finish this part off here and see who sent me a text message. All right, so that's actually my older son, hoping we can go see Avengers 2. We haven't seen it yet. Told him I'd take him, and just have not had a chance to do that, so he's getting impatient with me. Which is understandable. It's supposed to be a really good movie. All right, now over here, this can be broken. This needs to be a platform. All right, so let's just bring it back around to Minecraft. So one more thing that has also been taking up my time, a bit of my time, but I'm happy to do it, is I've been playing a custom map by a guy named Bongo Tez. And Bongo is a friend that I met through Felonious the Wizard. He's a custom map maker. And he made a map called Stranded, which I will say, I don't know how much I want to say. It's actually not fully released yet, but it is out there in the hands of several people who are playtesting it. And it is, I guess what I could say about it for sure is that it is a sci-fi fantasy. There's sci-fi elements and fantasy elements. It's pretty cool. Open world type map where you go around and you visit different towns in order to get different items to push the story along. That's all I'm willing to say, actually. I don't want to spoil his thunder. And by the way, I am out of redstone again. That is not going to be very good for me to be out of redstone. So I need to go back and let's see if I have any over here. If not, I need to go back to town, see if there's any Oh, I do have redstone ore. Excellent. I don't have my I have my fortune 1. All right, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to get my fortune. Whoops, I do not want to go there. I have to get my fortune pick. So yeah, I've been playtesting it. I've been doing it on my laptop at work. See, this is where it all ties back together. Not at work, sorry, in the evenings. And so I haven't been recording it, but I've been taking a lot of notes and sending them across to help him. I don't think I've pointed out any bugs, just my thoughts or feedback on what I would do to tweak little things here and there. And it's been a while since I play tested someone's map in that manner, so that's been kind of fun. And he seems to be really appreciative of it, so I really enjoy helping map makers make their stuff better. So that is pretty much like what I've been doing. My hope is that I'm going to be able to finish my section of the map that I'm working on in the very near future. Finish it to a point where the build is done, most of the mechanics are there but not armed, and that most of the NPCs are in place. I may not have all the dialogue there yet. And then what will happen is, ooh, this is new. I have no idea what this is for. What was that noise? That was weird. Okay, the sofa quest is still here. What are these? Huh. Somebody's planning something. Any messages? Nope. Our board is pretty light. There's some wither skulls. Resources available. Q quartz available on the micro map level. I wonder what that is. Let's check my mailbox while I'm here. And then I will probably... I just wanted to take a peek. We'll probably... Nobody left me any mail. Alright, is there any redstone in these free chests over here? My god, I don't think we have enough arrows. Another brick. And food. So we do have some good community stuff going on here, as well as a bunch of stuff in the basement. But the basement, to my knowledge anyway, is all gear. Bows, enchanted iron, enchanted gold, plain gold, leather. I don't think there's any redstone. So I gotta go get my own redstone. Oh, look, the iron golems are enchanting their gear. I've been recording a bit, so I will probably say that is it for today. My wolf. Oh, good. She's still there. Okay, good. Occasionally I find more animals in there, and I don't know how they got there. I can only assume they're wandering in there on their own, if not being pushed in. But let's just take a quick look down here, see if anyone left me any other surprises. Nope. Everything looks good. So I'm gonna mess around with the redstone, and I will talk to you again next time.